Good morning, everyone. Well, my current project at hand is my son's C5 Corvette. He ran over a set of tire treads on the highway, you know, those ones that when the 18-wheeler wheels blow out and leave tire pieces all over the highway. Well, he ran over one of those going down the highway, and it damaged the front of his C5 Corvette. And so looks like a little bit of damage to the air dam and damage to the lower radiator core support. And went through a couple videos on the YouTube, and there's several step-by-step videos out there on how to assess and pull everything apart and replace it. And so I'm gonna try to video some of that as well, just at least to document kind of what we've done on the front of it. So here we go. Try to give you some. Here it is. The nice car. Just gonna get started on it and look at some of the damage that, you know, from first appearance you really can't see anything, but when you kind of start really eyeballing it a little bit, you can kind of tell right up underneath in here something ain't looking right. And then get up a little bit closer, and you can obviously see there's some damage right here on the front bumper itself. Hoping to do a little bit of repair work on that right there, and then save this front clip. There's a little damage, a little crack right here, but overall I really don't see any other damage on the front clip. It's just all on the lower air dam, and I'll see if I can't get it up a little bit on some chocks and some jacks, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like with the air dam and what we're going to have to replace. Okay, I got one side up just enough so I can get my jack up underneath the front here. The other side I couldn't, it kept sliding on me, so doing this by myself. And yeah, get a little bit better look here. You can see the air dam right here, and you can see the bottom part of the skid bar and a little bit of the skid bar over here for that lower radiator support. And you can see this is pushed back, and you can kind of tell that those skid bars are pushed in, so they're moved in towards the middle. They should be straight out, and that tells me right up front there's some damage. And then kind of get up underneath here a little bit, and right there's where I'm gonna put the jack, but you can see this is bent back. It looks like my condenser is pushed back. We're missing the air dam is spring. There's a support across there. You can maybe see it, but anyway, the bar is pushed way back up. Anyway, let's get it up on the jack. I'm gonna jack it up, and I'll put some jacks on it, and we'll get a better assessment. I think that's about where we want it. A little bit closer. Oh no, I missed it by a long shot. I gotta get that dude way up underneath there. Try that. There we go. That'd be pretty good. That's on that cross beam right there. We'll jack her up right there. Make sure that's coming up right where we want it. That should do pretty good. Let's come on up with it. Yeah, I made sure this is a 6-speed, so I made sure parking brake's on. So we'll have it all the way up off the front wheels. Let's double check it. Good. Okay. All right. Almost there. I'll get it up high enough to get on my small jacks and put it down the jacks. Then we have plenty of room to get up underneath it and work. And I always want to put jacks on it. Don't want to just rely on the jack itself. And I particularly know this one here. Know this one leaks. It'll leak back down. So definitely put jacks underneath this baby. All right, we'll get some jacks under it. That should do it. Now that we got this thing up on jacks, it's a little bit more secure. Let's take a better look at it. So got them placed along that lower cross member right there. But now we can kind of see a little bit more damage. This air dam is pushed back forward, and it should be back clipped up against this, but as you can tell, that is bent and pushed way back into this condenser right here. And then this little dude right here is what I mentioned, it's supposed to be clipped in there. These for your lower core support, they're supposed to be more over here. As you can tell, it messed up the bottom plastic bumper on this side, so it's bent inward. And then the same with this one over here. This one should be in this slot right here, and it's bent inward as well and damaged the clip there as well. So definitely going to be trying to get this out. This condenser's looks like it's bent, messed up, and pushed back into this other condenser. Hopefully it didn't damage that other one. I think that's the radiator. Yeah, this is a radiator. But I noticed on the top it was leaking coolant, so it may have cracked the tank. So I'll probably have to replace the radiator anyway. But anyway, that's a little bit more and look at the damage. And now we got up on jacks. And I think this looks like it's rolled back some too. I don't think it's supposed to be, I don't know, maybe it is supposed to be rolled back that much. I'm not sure, but we'll take a look at it once we get it off. To clean up the area a little bit, I'm gonna pull off this air intake. Get the air intake, or cold air intake off there, get it removed, and give it some room so we can look at it from the top side. See if I can do some of this. One hand holding the camera, and that should be that for that. This clip off right here. And I'll have to try that, get that off in a minute. Okay, I had to get me some light so I could see and pull this little clip back, mess down on that, and it just slides right off. And pull this little dude out of here and get this out of the way. And that's loose there now. Pull this hose out, it just pops out. And this just comes off. Here's that air breather. And off. I'm going to take this section off right here, and got some 10mm bolts right there we'll take off. can't get to it. Damn it. Try again. Get the other side. Oh, see, like there's looks like a little bit of damage right there too. He didn't catch. So this is already busted off. So this ought to just lift right off. And it does. So now, yep, definitely didn't see that. It busted these little tabs right here. A little bit more room here and kind of see. And we was having a little bit of trouble overheating, look, and so saw some videos where you got to check in between your radiator and your condenser core, and after a while those kind of, you can see that stuff building up in there and it'll cause you some overheating problems. So we'll definitely blow that out if we don't replace the radiator, but I believe it's got a leak over there on that side. We'll be replacing it anyway, but it'd be a good thing to check this occasionally to blow it out, prevent overheating problems. And here's a leak over here on this side. Looks like it did get damaged. So we'll definitely be replacing the radiator. And when I took this other side off, I forgot to grab the screws. We lost a screw down here somewhere. We'll have to find it. But looks like we'll be draining and change out the radiator too. Okay, there's two 10 millimeters up there, and you gotta get a long extension, and it's good if you have a deep socket 10 millimeter, but I'm gonna try to make do without one, and I've already tried it. It'll work. So it's kind of hard to do this with holding the camera in one hand, so I'm gonna put it on pause and I'll knock those out and come back. All right, well, I ended up getting them, and they're just 10 millimeter nuts with flanges on them, but I ended up using a swivel joint 10 millimeter and my ratchet versus a drill. It was easier to handle, and not just fortunately I have a long extension. It worked out perfect. So kind of started pulling it apart a little bit, and just had to slowly work it off. I think I got all the fasteners off, so I'm gonna set this over here and see if we can't get it off and see what else is holding it. I think it just starts slipping out from what I understand. So let's see if I can put y'all over here somewhere so we can watch. You know what? I think there's something underneath here. I'm gonna get my thing and pop that off. Where'd it go? Okay, see it. It's two small screws right here. Let's see if I can get them. There he goes, two small Phillips head screwdrivers. Set these over here so that won't last. Okay, evidently there's, and this where the license plate goes, there's really nothing there. It looks like I just needed to figure out. Well, actually, there are two. Okay, it looks like once you get it down there, there's two 10mm screws for these air intake things right here. So let me take them out. Let's see if we can't show you where they're at. Okay, it's probably hard to see, but they're right there. This is the air. There's one on each side, or two actually, right there and right there. And I think that's what's holding us up. And those are, you'll realize that these vents right here are actually air intake as well, from what it looks like, or air deflectors or something like that. So definitely got to take those off. So let me get those out. And they look like 10mm. Okay, well, I think I got them. So this thing should come right on off now, I think. There it is. There she is. It just fell off. So, if there's some harnesses, maybe. Yeah, light harness right here. And just take that light harness off and we should be good. So let me should come off like right there. Let me see if I can figure out how to get it off. Okay, it just has this little rubber thing right here. Just pull it up and it should come off. Voila. And we got it. We got it off. And there's what we're looking at. And it's out. I didn't film some of it, but basically it was a 13mm bolt holding this into the side of the frame. These are the horns. Took those out, unplugged them. Then over here is your vacuum pump, and it had three 10mm screws, which are these right here. 1, 2, 3. Took them out, disconnected the hoses, and laid it out and pulled out. But now, as we got it out, you can definitely see that it is towed in. We turned it sideways so you can get a better view, if that helps or not. But that bar right there is supposed to be straight. The air dam here is supposed to be straight, which is bent the other way. I don't know how that ended up happening. But then, as you can tell, with that there, this right here is supposed to be straight. It's been in. And the same with this one here. This is supposed to be straight and it's been in. So I don't know if we can massage that and bend it back into shape, or if it's worth 200 plus bucks, just go ahead and buy a replacement. And that's the debate for now. But now it's out. We can see what the damage is. I've still got to pull the radiator out, stuff like that. But I'm sure there's other videos on that, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Actually, the radiator itself just sits in there, on top of these brackets right here. And so the radiator just sits there, and there's really nothing else besides this lower, that's why they call it the lower radiator support. That's what's holding it into place. And so it just slides in. All of those are attached to this assembly. And so I put the strap on it to hold it in place so it didn't slide out once I dropped that radiator support out. And so it's just hanging there until I get ready to take it out. But that was the main thing I wanted to get out today, so we could assess the damage and make some, start figuring out what parts we need to get to replace it and put it back together. So yeah, that's where we're at today. Hope this helps some other folks that are doing some do-it-yourself type of work on your C5, and we'll see if we maybe put some more, do another video when we start trying to do the radiator or start putting it all back together. But thanks for watching.